From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
As Bozeman's excitement over a potential new grocery store grows, we're going to take a look at the project site's surprisingly scarred past.
FWP has been out fishing on the Madison and on the 3 branches of the Jefferson River. I'm Chet Lehman. Coming up this week, we're going to talk about that fish tagging effort and how you can help as an angler to record information that could ultimately help the fish in those bodies of water.
And it may not feel like summer, but it's not too early to start thinking about the Special Olympic Summer Games. We're going to head over to Helena as law enforcement agencies kick off the torch run. Alrighty, it is 6:31 on this Monday morning. Jay McDonald and Matt Elwell. Well, Matt, do you remember last week? It was like 50s right now.
Oh, I remember.
Wasn't that nice?
Yeah.
Looking outside.
It feels like a distant memory at this point.
It really does, yeah.
Especially as you look outside. Yesterday we had a pretty good amount of snow. A lot of that melted. This morning we've got fresh snow, and that means slick roads for several areas in southwest Montana. Most of our temperatures into the teens and low 20s, and with a bit of a breeze. Low teens for wind chill. So extra layers as you're heading out, extra time as you're driving. And it depends on location. Most of our areas, most of the high passes, Bozeman Pass, Homestake Pass, dealing with some scattered snow, but areas like Norris Hill, not so bad. This is our Bozeman campus this morning. You can see the snow continues to blow through. It looks absolutely horrible, but this is a really fine snow, so we're not seeing a tremendous amount of accumulation, but it is making the situation driving a little bit more dicey for the morning. The afternoon, that snow fades out of here. You can see fresh snow this morning in Butte. In the afternoon, warming back into the 30s. I'm going to take a look at the roads across the area and give you the impacts that this snow throughout the week could have.
All right, thank you very much, Matt. Now, the Gallatin County Sheriff's Office is reporting yet another wrong-way driver, this time yesterday morning. Sheriff Dan Springer tells us that the driver was reported westbound in the eastbound lanes at mile marker 288, which is the Manhattan exit. The driver drove nearly 30 miles, where sheriff's deputies were able to deploy spike strips at mile marker 262. That's about 6 miles east of the Cardwell exit. Sheriff Springer says the suspect was arrested and taken into custody. The suspect is charged with DUI and criminal endangerment. And Montana Highway Patrol, Beaverhead County Sheriff's deputies and Dillon Police arrested a man with a nationwide extradition warrant out of Mississippi. Officials say that MHP deputies came in contact with a motorist near Anaconda, then a short time later just outside of Butte. It was there when 3 people fled the car and the driver wasn't found. That's also when the car was reported stolen. At around 2 in the morning, Beaverhead County deputies located the car after it had slid off the interstate. Local charges are still pending for the man. And as Bozeman's excitement over a potential new grocery store grows, MTN's Heaven Van takes a look at the project site's surprisingly scarred past.
This site at a shopping mall on 15th and Main is conditionally approved for a brand new grocery store, but according to the city, that project may never happen. In 1989, officials discovered that a dry cleaning business formerly located at the site was dumping a known carcinogen, PCE, into the sewer, contaminating sewer wells until it spread even to the East Gallatin River. A report by the Department of Environmental Quality say that PCE is linked to liver and kidney failure in humans who are accidentally exposed. Decades of research and millions of dollars went into remediation efforts, with cleanup of the solvent site having begun in 2013, using food-grade oil to dissolve the contaminant. After the excitement around the new grocery store heightened, MTN reached out to the city for details on the project. They say, that potential grocery store is located on a property with a brown-filled solvent site issue, and one of the conditions is that they must submit a work plan for cleanup of any contaminated soil prior to construction of the site. According to the city, developers have not submitted an approved work plan for the site. The site plan approval is now over 1 year old and has expired. For more information on the potential grocery store and development plans, visit our website. In Bozeman, Heaven Van, MTN News.
Thank you very much, Heaven. Now, we know a lot about this November's election already. We know former President Trump and President Biden are their respective parties' presumptive nominees. And we also know it's a matchup that many Americans are dreading. So could a third-party candidate actually win instead this year? Well, as our Joe St. George explains, the coming days and weeks will be critical in determining whether a serious challenger emerges.
There is President Joe Biden, there is former President Donald Trump, and then there is a big question mark of whether or not a third-party candidate will matter this fall.
I'm running as an independent candidate.
The coming days will be a critical stretch beyond the Beltway for one third-party candidate, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., the son of the former Attorney General and Senator.
You've probably heard by now that I'm about to announce my running mate.
On Tuesday, Kennedy will announce his running mate in Oakland, California. Kennedy's campaign is still considered a long shot, but it is one that's getting noticed. A recent poll from Emerson College in the Hill found that in Michigan, former President Trump is at 43%, President Biden is at 41%, and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is at 5%. That 5% could decide the presidency, especially if momentum grows. Kennedy isn't the only third-party candidate either.
No Labels is preparing to bring some common sense to the presidential race.
A group known as No Labels revealed in recent days that they've selected a group of leaders to actively recruit a new third-party ticket of their own. Among the group's leaders is former Senator and Democratic vice presidential nominee Joe Lieberman. But the challenge of any independent candidate is actually getting on the ballot, and time is of the essence. In some states, the deadline is already passed. In others, it's coming up soon. No Labels, as of February, has only qualified for the ballot in 13 states. Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s website provides a ballot access update. Those dark purple states are the only ones where they've been successful so far. Regardless, both the Biden and Trump campaigns are taking the threat of a third-party challenge this November seriously. The Democratic National Committee is even building a team to combat the rise of independent candidates. Serious third-party challenges, though, have been rare in recent political history. Ross Perot launched one in 1992 and 96. He made debate stages, but he never won a single Electoral College vote. Joe St. George, Scripps News, Washington.
And anglers on the Big Hole, Ruby, and Beaverhead rivers, as well as the Madison, are being asked to be on the lookout for tagged fish. This week in Fish and Wildlife, MTN's Chet Lehman talks about why FWP has tagged those fish and why they need our help in identifying them throughout the fishing season.
Fishing season is well underway, especially on the three branches of the Jefferson River and here on the Madison. In fact, FWP has been out catching fish for weeks. They've tagged them and recorded them. Now they're hoping somebody else will catch them and report it back in.
What that helps us do is keep track of fish as they move through these systems. It helps us keep track of their observed health and other factors that help us gather information on how these fish are doing, how their populations are doing, how they're moving and using these systems, and how we can help.
Anglers who catch a tagged fish are asked to carefully remove it and then contact FWP to report it. If you release the fish, keep the tag and contact FWP.
The other part of this reporting process is when anglers submit reports, they're also asked, what was the condition of the fish when you caught it? Did it have any apparent lesions or other pathologies that anglers can see? And so that helps us keep track of fish health issues that we've also seen in this part of the state. Where we've asked people to report those as well.
Tags are blue or yellow and are on fish in the Ruby, Beaverhead, Big Hole, and Madison rivers. This is year one of 3 of an effort to ultimately try to solve fish issues in these waters. Those who participate are also eligible for potential prizes.
Each blue tag that gets reported gets submitted into a drawing for things like fishing gear or fishing trips with an outfitter. And then the yellow tags are also good for just cash prizes.
Information on how to report the tags is available at Fishing Access site, through the FWP office thanks to these cards, or by heading on over to the Fish, Wildlife, and Parks website. This week on the Madison River, Chet Lehman, MTN News.
And the Bureau of Reclamation has awarded Montana State University $1 million to test new methods of measuring snowpack. Scientists will conduct their research over 3 years. The goal is to improve water forecasting for drought, flood, and irrigation management. MSU's team will use emerging sensor technology that measures snow water equivalent using gamma and cosmic rays. The testing will take place at the Tenderfoot Creek Experimental Forest in central Montana. The team recently placed a permanent mounted cosmic ray sensor in the forest, which will continuously transmit real-time data. And law enforcement from across the state made their way to Helena to kick off the torch run for Special Olympics Montana Summer Games. Our Tom Buchanan has the story.
Law enforcement agents from throughout the state are gathering in Helena this weekend to prepare for the annual Special Olympics Law Enforcement Torch Run.
They're the most amazing individuals I've ever met, and their stories are so inspiring, and it just brings that happiness and that goodness into your heart that make the job that much more fun to do.
Throughout the United States, dozens of communities participate in law enforcement torch runs. These events raise money and awareness for the Special Olympics. In Montana, torch runs will take place from April through May, leading up to the Special Olympics Summer Games in Billings. Keynote speaker and grandson of Special Olympics founder Eunice Kennedy Shriver, Tim Shriver Jr., says that law enforcement participation helps bring a sense of importance and weight to the Games.
And oftentimes, the athletes of Special Olympics are people who for a long time have been told they don't matter. And Special Olympics is a place where they come and they matter, and the law enforcement showing up says these events, these games matter. We support you, we are behind you, and that has a tremendous impact on Special Olympics broadly, on the athletes, the families themselves, and has been for a long time.
Trooper with the Montana Highway Patrol, Laramie Stefani, came down from Kalispell for this weekend. He says he enjoys getting to know the athletes and supporting them during the games.
It's a sense for us to give back to the community, and why not? What not a better group to give back to than these, the most inspiring people I've ever met, are these athletes, and we want to be right here with them as they conquer goals and make accomplishments, and we want to be right there at the podium with them, you know, raising up their hands and handing them an award, making them feel just as special as we feel.
Law enforcement officials and Special Olympics staff are gathering in Helena to not only celebrate the work that has been done, but to also prep for the work ahead.
In order to celebrate the work that's been done this past year and in past years, and to plan for the year ahead. And a big part of that is actually bringing new officers into the fold and training them on what it means to be a part of this, how they can engage, and how departments all across the state can further take part in supporting this mission.
And Special Olympics is not only for law enforcement. All interested folks can get involved and volunteer to support the athletes. Reporting in Helena, Tom Buchanan, MTN News.
Thank you very much, Tom. 6:43 now. We're going to take a short break here on Montana This Morning, but when we come back, we've talked about scams that can appear in the form of links or texts, but we're going to tell you about a scam that is preying on your fears.
I'm John Matarese. We have a warning about a scam that preys on your worst fears, and even the most savvy people are falling for it these days. That story coming up.